This is a session that is dear to my heart. How many of y'all heard when Michelle talks about 2-hour workday? Once you master that and everything else is going to be piece of cake work, right? Well, guess what? It's true. Once you understand this piece, and when you understand this piece, guys, this is what changes everything. Okay? So, with that being said, guys, let's go right into it. Okay? Because here's the deal. If you don't understand what working on or working in the business, then you will never understand the 2-hour workday. I hear a lot of people say, well, I've never mastered the 2-hour workday. It always takes more than 2 hours. The real reason is the clarity of working on and working in the business is not there. When we talk about working 2 hours a day, guys, that's working in the business only. That means your 3 pieces of content, your replies, comments, engagement, and going live. You can go live one of two ways. For those of you guys who are like me, where you're more comfortable going live in a group like on a Zoom and then stream it, that's considered a live. That's how I started the first 12 months. We hit our 6 figures by doing that. But we never went live solo, like talking to the camera. Consistency attracts people once you get the key components, right? I never done that my first 12 months. I recently started doing that for the past 4 weeks as a commitment in 2026 to be able to go live 5 days a week. On top of that, I still do my weekly lives with the group. Why? Exposure. All of this is content. Most of you guys know my platform is YouTube. So what does that mean? If my platform is YouTube, I need long form content and short form content. My lives is my long form content. Does that make sense? So let's separate the two for a second. Anything else outside of what I just mentioned, 3 pieces of content, reply, and go live, is working on the business. One of the reasons why a lot of you say, okay, 2 hours, impossible. You're mixing up going to training, learning a skill, watching a recorded, all of that is not in the business. All of that is on the business. Your learning curve is working on the business. Once you understand that, guys, there's a learning curve for everything you do. What kills me is people complain here, but they don't realize when you go to college and you're learning this stuff, I got friends that learned this in college. They have to pay tuition. They have to borrow money to go to university, right? And they don't complain. They show up to class. They listen to the professor. And in most cases, they listen to someone teaching from theory. I got a problem with that. That's why I finished college, but I didn't do well because I couldn't resonate with my elective professors. Because 99% of them teach from theory. And my mom always raised me to learn from people who's been there and done that. And that's huge for me. Here, we're going to teach you from experience. We don't teach you from theory, guys. My mentor, Michelle, there's no theory, guys. It's all from experience. She took the arrows, she took the bullets, and now she's paying it forward for us. She gives us structure because structure equals freedom. This is so important. But you got to understand this part. This is where the rubber meets the road. Once you get this clear, life is sweet. when you can actually work 2 hours a day and then go on about your business. Now, some of you may have communities. You got to work on the business, at least an extra couple hours or so. Michelle has the blueprint for us. You just need to be in the game. Don't hang around. Be in the game. When you show up with your camera on. Let them know you're focused. You're in. Don't go out and do a million things thinking you're going to get something out of it. In all cases, not even most cases, you're not going to get anything out of it because you're distracted. Okay? So, I hope this really helps because now we're going to go through the transformation part. And I can't tell you, the whole entire attendance, we had the 95% camera on. So we only had 1 or 2 people didn't have their camera on. And everybody got a transformation. When I tell you no man, no women left behind, I am not kidding. Go look at the feedback in the comments. Go look at the transformation in the comments of the people who attended. And I'm going to tell you this. We're not going to make the same mistakes on day 2 and day 3 when it comes to the recording. I want you guys to feel it. I want you guys to see this is real. I want to make sure you see the value to make sure you attend our next workshop. This is our second one for 2026, and they have been nothing but transformational. So with that being said, I will see you on the first assignment that everybody start the transformation.